Hello, everybody. It is Alex here from The Comic Central, and we are joined with
Zach here.
And we have to say thank you for 300 subscribers within like 2 days or something. We were like, hey, we should get this for the Q&A. We need this many subscribers. We've gotten about 100 within the last like week or something. It's crazy.
It's absolutely insane, and it's crazy to see.
So we are now a good amount closer to the yearly goal, which if we hit, you see the Hot Ones challenge, I need to do my stream of Spider-Man, and if we don't hit it, then I have to watch Morbius. You're gonna join me. Well.
Morbius, Madam Web, and Craven.
Yeah, Craven. It's gonna be so not fun. Like, but as you can see in the title, you're here for the Q&A. So let's get on to our first of 18 questions.
Before we get fully into questions, I don't want to underplay how grateful and thankful we are to have 300 subscribers. That is a crazy amount. And when Alex and I were starting this channel, I honestly wouldn't think it would get this much love and support.
Yeah, it was amazing. Like, within the first month, we had grown to 140.
We really do appreciate every single one of you guys. It's awesome having a small community, and not even a small community. 300 is not even anything small.
300, it's a good amount.
That's 300 people that watch the videos and tune in to see videos. That is
like crazy. Like that
is insane.
At least 100, around 100 per video. We always have someone tuning in.
That is not to be underplayed, and it means so much.
Yeah.
I know I don't really appear too much on this channel because of college. Next semester I'll have some more solo videos and be able to record, and summer.
There's gonna be one soon for him, but
seeing you guys support the channel like this, and mainly, honestly, my brother's work and all the time he's put into this is awesome, and I thank you guys for that.
Yeah, we can't state this enough. This is a thing that I've been wanting to do. This started of him. We'll get in more into like personal stories and stuff during this video, which I'm so excited for. But this started from a bookmark.
Yeah.
This started from in fifth grade. It's a bookmark. Could you go over there and possibly find it? It's a Comic Central bookmark. It's in my bookmark box. It's on the shelf there. Should be in there somewhere. There's a Comic Central paper bookmark where
got it.
It's this. In fifth grade, teachers were like, if you're bored, make a bookmark. So I was reading comics at the time. He had just gotten me back into it, and they made this. This is our channel banner, the basis of the logo for the podcast, and this started everything. We made this account over a year before it started, or like at least like a while ago, over a year before the channel actually started in October. And on that first video, I instantly got 40 views, and now it's over 100 views on that Scott Snyder video. We've done so much stuff. What's our favorite video that we've done? We'll just do that as a quick first question.
Oh, favorite video we've done.
Together, I know the answer. It's the manga comics.
Manga comics, that was a really good one.
I don't think it got a ton of views.
I really enjoy the Fantastic Four one, though. I like the Fantastic Four, Superman, and Daredevil Born Again.
Oh, the one where we talk about trailers?
Mm-hmm. That was a really fun video. The manga and comics, though, I feel like I think I have to agree with you on that.
For videos, yes, and then the podcast, having Jake on, like, he's helped the channel. My most viewed video is Jake did a community post on it, and he's helped gain subscribers, and that community is so awesome.
Yeah, shout out to Jake from
Jake.
Brave and the Boys, yeah. He's also been a really big proponent of why we've done so well, and we can't thank him enough.
It was great on the podcast, and even if I had so many guests, Blake was on, my friend Blake, and that was a really fun video.
My buddy Gabe.
And we had the podcast, and this has just been such a good, fun thing, and we've been able to bond over this, and it's just so fun to be be able to talk, and it's helped me in school, actually, even. For this of having to do stuff where you'd have to do, like, a podcast, and I'm just so comfortable talking to a microphone and a camera because of having this.
Yeah. It's helping me fulfill one of the things I wanted to do when I was a kid. I wanted to have my own YouTube channel, but I wasn't able to, like, as it was when I was younger. So being able to do this really makes it so I can nerd out and have fun with it and just, I don't know, just have fun.
Yeah, and you can just talk about the things
just
that
talk
we
about
enjoy.
things that
talk
about
and on a daily
about.
basis, just and consume and all that, and it's just a thing that's just been such a positive thing to have. And just again, thank you to this entire community that's just helped and been so welcoming. For all the cool people we've met and talked to, and even recently creators, which we'll, again, get into in this video.
Yeah.
But I think that's all, and let's get into the questions.
So, we got question 1.
From Labruski.
From Labruski. What is the first comic you ever read?
Yep.
So, Alex, you start off.
And we have stories. So, this is going to be really long, because the amount of stories we have for this, I think this might also be on the podcast. We don't fully know. But my first book that I ever read, so this was in Seattle. Seattle, Washington. We had gone for a trip. We went there like Whistler when I was like 7 or something. You already had knowledge and sort of knew some stuff.
Yeah.
But I didn't. We went to comic shops and I was like, oh, I love these movies. And what I loved was the CW shows, like the Flash TV show. And this was in 2017. And if people know what happened in 2016, you know it was DC Rebirth. So the book we have here, it's in between, like, 2, technically. It's Nightwing Volume 3, the New 52 one, and The Flash, Rebirth by Joshua Williamson. I got the first 3 volumes, and this is just one of my favorite stories. I didn't do a review of this. I will eventually do a review of this. This was on, like, the first poll, and I got no votes. But this is just a great book with an amazing story, which was butchered in the Flash show, because it eventually became really bad, and... Yeah.
Alright, well, time for me to talk about my first comic, and it is the Bendis Guardians of the Galaxy. This was my first ever comic. I picked it up, actually, I'm pretty sure...
Was that Elite?
From Elite Comics.
Yeah, our local comic shop.
Our local comic shop, which all love to them. They're phenomenal.
They're great. We share it. Jason Aaron goes to the same one, so we've gotten to meet him a few times.
Yeah, but I picked up the hardcover, and it has just been... It was my starting one. First grade, I read it. I showed all my buddies it.
It was like before the movie
Before the movie came out.
And he's a great writer, Bendis.
And that's when I started really liking... Or maybe not before the movie came out. It might have been directly after, but...
Yeah, it was around the same time.
Around the same time as the movie.
Because they had the comic launch like the year before.
And that was my favorite comic for the longest time. Being able to read that really opened my eyes to the medium of comics, especially Marvel ones, and what they didn't cover in the movies. Because when I was younger and they were releasing all these movies, I was really interested in what came after and what preceded those movies and the other forms of media that they had with these characters that we all loved. Seeing Iron Man and the Guardians of the Galaxy was awesome. I didn't even know that was a thing before I read this book, and I just can't overstate how much.
Iron Man?
Iron Man is in this one. And he has a little tiff with Gamora.
I guess about to say, is that the one where he has a tiff with Gamora?
He has a little tiff with Gamora. Not a fight.
Little tiff.
Little tiff, little thing.
Little thing. That's what Tony Stark has.
But that is... Calm down, buddy.
That's Tony Stark.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 by Bendis is my first comic that I had.
Yeah. So on to the next question. This is by Batkato, who's a really big fan of the channel, and we've met, and he's really cool. And yeah, I'm gonna adjust this bit. But he's really cool. He's a Vikings fan, just like you.
Skol Vikings!
Oh my god. That's crazy.
It's not crazy. The Vikings are very good. or will be very good next year. Okay, we're...
Sidetracked!
Question
That's
2.
us.
Question 2.
What are the most over and underrated characters in comics? Should we start with overrated?
Yeah, you got it.
Do you have yours for Marvel? We'll just do what we
start,
can think
you
of.
start. I'll think of some.
For DC, this is very much true, and some people agree with that. It's Harley Quinn. Okay?
Yep.
Characters like Wonder Woman or like The Flash or something, they've never gotten an animated series. Harley Quinn is like a 5 or 6 season animated series. She has a movie. She's in multiple games, and like, it's a great performance by Margot Robbie. I like the character. She can be fun, but way too much oversaturation, and she's not like very, very extremely interesting, I guess. There's only like so much you can do with her, and she just keeps getting like talked about, and it's just like, come on. There's no like way of saying it other than like, why is it like that?
I can't do overrated right now, but I know my underrated for Marvel.
Who is it?
That's Gambit. Gambit doesn't see too much. I mean, it is a fan favorite character, don't get me wrong.
It's one of those characters.
But he doesn't see any solo, like, not many solo comics. And if he does have solo comics, they aren't known as really, really good ones. One of the solo comics will pop up later on in this episode. But,
should we do comics and like comic media as well? Because I think I have one for Marvel for that.
Yeah.
Because Gambit like hasn't done a lot. Like the movie has helped, but he hasn't had a ton of stuff outside media. Another character that I think is underrated, another mutant, is Magic. She's so 100%. Interesting.
Magic is insanely interesting.
Funko's over there.
Yeah. I'll grab it.
You're the grab guy now. We both have Funkos.
Bang!
They're Walmart exclusive. Magic, like the best.
They're not Walmart. They're Walgreens exclusive.
Sorry, my bad. Little roll of the tongue, guys. Yeah.
But.
Partially getting into the X-Men now. And I really like the Morlocks. For the people who know. I really like the Morlocks. And that's their name. This is for the very select few people that know. And if you're watching this, you know who you are. But yeah, Magic's just a really cool and interesting thing. Do you have... I think I need to do my overrated for Marvel now.
Yeah.
Since we're counting movies and like mainstream stuff, like compared to their comics, I think it's a great performance and I love him in that movies. But in the comics, Tony Stark Iron Man is just not like, he's just not like that.
Yep. I can agree.
That's the thing, like he's not as interesting and yeah.
I think I have my underrated DC pick.
I know who it is
as well. Take a shot. Take a guess.
It's Dr. Fate.
It is Dr. Fate. It's Dr. Fate.
It's Dr.
It's Dr. Fate. They don't give him much representation. Doesn't have any solo comics. I need Dr. Fate solo comics.
There is one. There's a compendium or Omni comic. I've told you about this, but you
never mind. I lied. There's not many. There's not much. I would like a lot more Dr. Fate than what I see.
That's fair.
Because Dr. Fate is a phenomenal character that doesn't get touched on too often, and I fell in love with Dr. Fate through Young Justice. And Young Justice is a phenomenal show, and don't say anything about it because I know you love to spoil it. And every single time I mention it,
I spoiled it once.
Yeah, every single time I mention it, you try and spoil it.
And that video's not even out yet.
Really?
No, it's not. It's not.
Oh well.
This is
Dr. Fate is so cool of like an Arcane Arts character, like. The way the helmet functions is such a cool concept. We need more of it, man. We need a lot more of it. And I did hear about the omnibus, what you told me, but it's just...
You know JSA?
More! I did... My brother did get me the JSA Volume 1.
Wow, he seems like a really cool brother.
My really, really cool brother, main person of the Comic Central, Alex, got me the JSA
Exactly.
Omnibus Volume 1 by Jeff Johns. And dude, I cannot wait to sink my teeth into that omnibus. That's gonna be awesome.
Don't actually bite it.
Okay. I'm not figure of speech, buddy.
Are you gonna be eating the tree, bro?
Overrated characters. That's so tough.
I think I have another underrated one.
All right, go ahead.
Zatanna, for DC.
Yeah, I can hear that. Zatanna's
Like cool
awesome.
art, sort of like Dr. Fate to an extent. And another one I have even is Wally West, because like no one talks about him as a thing. He was in Justice League, so a good generation, like my pre-engineering teacher, we bond over loving 90s superhero cartoons and like early 2000s. Like he loved Wally West, and like been reading more, and he's really good and interesting. He's great in Young Justice.
Yeah.
But I don't think enough people talk about him as the main Flash, and even my most recent book that I've read, I've done a review on it. It's my most recent video, and that is The Absolute Flash. Is amazing. By Jeff Lemire, who has just done many
Lemire's awesome.
comics. Apparently his Animal Man's very good. I just really like some of the stuff I've read from him. But yeah, I think
I know my overrated DC. My overrated DC character, Jason Todd Robin.
As Robin?
Jason Todd is Robin.
I honestly agree. I should have thought about that.
Jason Todd Robin is definitely overrated.
Your roommate's not happy right now.
There are so many... Okay, whoa. Jason Todd was better as Red Hood than he was as Robin, and that's not even close to debatable.
But also, I think he's still overrated, because I really like that Red Hood story. I got my book signed by the artist Doug Mankey, Comic-Con. So cool to meet. Yeah, but my thing is that now has been talked to death a good amount. His character keeps getting regressed and put back to the same thing of like, oh, I don't use guns and I don't kill people and I've learned to reconcile, and then he goes back to it, and then it keeps like happening, and there's no like.
He needs to have a solid, steady character arc. They can't just keep reverting him back to bad morals every single time. They just want to flip a switch and make it interesting.
And honestly, another character I think I need to say is the Joker. I think it's too much saturation in media and too much stuff. I still really like him, but there's other Batman villains that exist that are just as compelling, if not more interesting, that we can hopefully see soon in movies.
Yep.
Like The Brave and the Bold, when it releases in 30,000 years. So that's... I think
hard to think of an overrated Marvel character.
I think that's... other than maybe...
I can give another underrated Marvel character, though.
Great.
Adam Warlock.
Yeah.
Adam Warlock. Actually, scratch that. Give me Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer is such a cool character, and he has a bunch of comics from, like, Silver Age, I believe.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of Silver Age comics. Very powerful character. He's just kind of not looked at.
Yeah, he was one of Stan Lee's like favorite characters they sort of wrote.
And he
had some great runs. Dan Slott and Mike Allred and Laura Allred run I've heard is amazing, and their art is great of that duo.
I can't think of an overrated one, so there's my underrated. I think we're ready for
I think 3. It's ready for the next question, since we've talked like 12 minutes for these 2 questions.
We got question 3 from Captain Underpants 1.
What is your favorite
omnibus?
You go first.
All right. So I've had a couple omnibuses before I got this one. This is actually one of my most recent ones that I purchased as a beginning of this school year.
You haven't read your 2 most recent
no, I haven't.
fully?
But my first omnibus was Classic X-Men, Volume 1. My second omnibus was Daredevil, Volume 1.
Which is now in the hands of Jake.
And I got a good deal trading it.
Which I use, thankfully. You're so nice and cool. So I got my Green Lantern Volume 2, and my, I just got it actually a few days ago, is my Uncanny X-Men Volume 3 Omni.
So, but my third omnibus technically would be Donny Cates. Cosmic
Marvel Cosmic Universe.
Yes, Marvel Cosmic Universe.
Which shouldn't be an Omni.
But my fourth omnibus, and one that I've read almost all of, is House of M.
Bendis!
And House of M...
showing up again!
Bendis is phenomenal.
Bendis!
Yeah, but House of M explores Scarlet Witch and all of her abilities and how powerful she really is. And House of M is just a phenomenal read. And I've heard so much about it over the years that I just had to get it as soon as it went on sale. It really shows you kind of like multiversal realities a little bit and how characters can change and the different parts of characters. No more mutants.
Minor spoiler.
And it's phenomenal. And I really do recommend House of M. Especially for someone who is kind of getting into X-Men, especially with comics.
Yeah.
I haven't read too many X-Men comics, but I can tell you House of M is a banger. It is so good.
I'm gonna eventually get up to you in reading X-Men, honestly.
Yeah, you will. But House of M, can't recommend it enough. Alex, let's see yours.
So for the people that watch the channel for a good amount, at the end of the year I did top 10 lists. And this is a Marvel Omni, and for Marvel, I did put an Omni, or like Omnis, at my number 1 spot. And what you're saying about Bendis again, Bendis is back. He's back again for Ultimate Spider-Man. I love Ultimate Spider-Man. I have the first 3 Omnis at this point. Just an amazing read, and this is like the quintessential Spider-Man for anyone who's getting into Spider-Man, and I love Bendis. I've read some of his Daredevil. That might be number 1 if I had read all of it up until this point, but for now it is Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 1.
There's also such a good show on Disney XD.
It's fine.
Okay, it's nostalgic for me.
Okay, that's fair.
Drake Bell's Spider-Man was so funny.
It was a good voice.
It was a great voice.
We'll eventually do top 5 Spider-Man on the podcast.
Are you ready for the next one?
Yeah. Number 4 is from Thinking Positive. Think Positive got a lot of good questions here. What was the first graphic novel / comic that made you take the medium seriously? I think I'll go first this time.
All right.
I mentioned 2 of these creators when you're talking about Silver Surfer a bit, and that's Mike and Laura Allred. And I think this is my number 1 DC book, to go back to the top 10 list. And it is Superman Space Age. This might be my favorite comic ever. One of my favorite comics ever. This goes through Superman, through time from the 60s, starting at the Space Age, with Space Revolution, nuclear warfare, and goes through the 80s of recapping events like Crisis on Infinite Earths. It solves so many problems, like the trolley problem, but mentions what Superman will do, like, Superman, why Superman isn't boring, and how he is, like, just the greatest, like, character ever, with absolutely spectacular art.
Yeah, the art in that is phenomenal.
By Michael and Laura Allred.
That's one I need to steal from you and read.
You definitely do. It's just, like, my favorite book ever. Yeah. What is your pick?
My first one, I think it's the first time we're mentioning him in this video. This is Jonathan Hickman's Infinity. I have a bookmark in it from 5th grade when I first read this.
That's crazy. I was in 5th grade, 2 years ago.
That's so long ago for me now. But Infinity, such a great backstory to Thanos to really understand the character, and understand why he does what he does. Insanely well written, and it doesn't fully, like, explain or justify, I should say, Thanos and what he wants to do, but it at least gives you a little bit more knowledge into the brain of Thanos, so you kind of understand what he's trying to do and how he wants to do it and how he justifies it. And it made me take the medium seriously because I don't know about you, but I love a very good, well-written villain that you can sympathize with. And yeah, that is just such an amazing book, and probably the first one that made me take it seriously. Other than that, Maybe the one that made me take it seriously a little bit would be the Amulet graphic novel series, which is very good.
It's over
and
there.
I need to revisit it.
It's over there.
Yeah, but...
Can I go off screen again?
I'll go over and grab it. Where is it?
I said that as a joke.
Is it over here?
Yes.
Oh, it is. Oh, you have the first 7?
Yeah.
Did I have the first 7 and give them to you?
Yeah.
I did?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm stealing these from you and rereading them. We got Amulet.
Yay.
Very solid. Yeah. It's... see if I can find...
Finding the page.
By Kazu Kibushi. Sorry if I said the name wrong, but...
Pitchforks in the comments.
Such an amazing graphic novel. That's on my list. Also.
Pitchfork.
But I think Infinity goes before that because it had more impact on me when I was younger.
Whoa. Okay. Now it's time for the next question from Thinking Positive.
Is it my turn to say?
Next question from Thinking Positive. You can say he's just a great legend from the UK.
It's 5, right? We're at 5.
Yeah.
I forgot. One thing you wish the comic industry was better at.
Marketing.
Yeah, I can agree with that. If I didn't go to comic book stores with you and I wouldn't know anything, as well as if I didn't like talk with you or anything, I wouldn't know about the absolutes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know about the Ultimate Universe, which are 2 great universes that both DC and Marvel respectively are creating currently, and they're just so good and phenomenal. Like,
yeah, we'll talk about them a bit later.
We'll talk about them later, but if I didn't, I can agree with marketing because if I didn't go with you or know you, like, dude, I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I would have 0 clue.
And I think James Gunn is partially trying to do this.
Mm-hmm.
With his movies and what's it called? Sort of like Superhero One of Tomorrow. Like, to get that, you can just be like, oh, there's a comic book about it that you can get, and it's an amazing comic by Tom King and Bill Evely. Would highly recommend. It's one of my favorite comics that I've read.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, favorite of the year. But yeah, they just need to like market to an extent of what they need to do, and I think a problem was single issues not having weight, and now they have a lot more weight, and I'm really liking it. But again, you just need to market better in everything and get people to buy the comics. Because like tons of people buy manga, and there's very much people do like and are appealed to graphic novel stuff like comics, but just need to say like, hey, start here. And
to piggyback off of that, something comics do really well at is accessibility for audiences, with them releasing like the smaller, more concentrated, longer comic books.
Now there's the DC Compact Comics.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
And
the DC
Marvel...
Compact Comics, as well as the Marvel. Marvel has their own ones, kind of like that.
Yeah, they're bigger though. But
yeah,
they're both about the same price.
Yeah, which is awesome because then that makes kids who might not be as lucky being able to buy comics, and just aren't able to really buy something like House of M Omnibus or something like the Ultimate Spider-Man Omnibus, or even things like Infinity that are just out of their price range. It makes it so that the art form is a lot more
accessible.
And
that's just a great thing because manga
phenomenal.
Can be. And that's all.
And that was the one thing, and we talked about it in the video, that manga is one of the things that manga had over comics is being more accessible because each volume of manga was like $10.
$10,
which is phenomenal.
Now with the compacts, we don't have any on us, but they just are cheaper and they bring a really good value where you get around. You can get about the same that is in a manga volume, and you get it in color.
Yeah, which is even crazier.
So you can get some amazing stories like New Frontier, Court of Owls, Watchmen, for just $10 or $12, and online it's cheaper. And for the Marvel premiere collections. They are more expensive. They're only about $15.
Yeah.
But online, on sale, they're normally $10. But retail, they're more expensive. But they're good deals, and they can collect stuff like, if you really like the Winter Soldier movie, they're going to collect that saga, so you don't have to buy that Ed Brubaker Omnibus or Complete Collection, Trade Paperback Epic Collection. You just can buy that, and it's very much accessible.
Oh, another problem with comics is them always, like, revamping the universes, which is good and bad. Because it makes it hard.
In our video.
It makes it hard for people to start. But that's my only nitpick, and I'm going to leave it there.
I think I mentioned this, is that the people saying, oh, it's so hard to get into comics, haven't fully tried.
Yeah, that's also
because
true.
I got into comics slightly easily. You look up what characters you like and how to sort of get started. Like, what Batman comics are the best? Oh, Long Halloween's amazing. You buy Long Halloween, you read it, and you can sort of go on. You might need to learn a tiny bit, but you can always just read something on Wikipedia or something.
Yeah.
It's okay to not know everything.
Yeah. That's why we have Google.
That's why Google exists, and
that's why the internet watches over us now.
And that's why they're gonna take over the world.
No! Stop tailoring my ads to me so I buy stuff. Oh, stop doing that. Oh. All right, next question. You got it?
I think before I've said I'm terrible. Hopefully the mic isn't so sensitive that it picks up my farts. I think in one video.
You could have gone without saying that.
I could have not said that. In a video, I do this. I think that it's audible enough to where it. Because
you would have to let a ripper go for it to pick up by the mic.
But I was using that chair before I got this chair, where like if I like the leather and stuff condensed it a bit, that chair it full on bounced off and you could hear it. It was not good.
Dude, we're filming a video. This is the 300 subscribers special, and you're talking about farts, dude.
Hey, there's the Harley Quinn fart comic. Swing it into comics.
Did not need to bring that up.
Hey, it ties it in. It ties it in with the video, Zach. We don't like the Harley Quinn fart comic.
Harley Quinn was overrated.
Yes, still, I just need to mention it. There's a stupid Harley Quinn fart comic. There's a scratch and sniff. Which Trick Woman a video on it?
Okay, calm down. Next question, go.
Next question. Sorry, to get positive for you having to get your questions interrupted. And number 6 is, why do people your like being me and Zach's age prefer comics over manga? I think it's just growing up. Sort of, I was watching all these, like, movies, like, all the MCU, and the Raimi trilogy, Amazing Spider-Man, the Fox X-Men. I was just watching that and then taking a ton of that, and I wasn't really watching much anime. I still don't really watch a ton of it. But I was taking that, so I've just been intrigued by comics more, and I've loved these characters since I was, like, 2 or something. So, I think that's my reason.
Yeah. People my age... kind of the same thing. We kind of grew up with it. You were in the big age of animated cartoons.
Oh, like Spectacular Spider-Man?
Like Spectacular Spider-Man. And,
Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
I just said, Earth's Mightiest Heroes. That's another big one that I watched. Young Justice. Batman Brave and the Bold. Ultimate Spider-Man.
Could have catched part of the Batman 2005 a bit, possibly.
Yeah, like, we grew up in...
Good era. Good era.
Honestly, I'm gonna coin this term. I'm gonna say it was the animation golden age for superheroes.
I think the 90s is that, honestly.
Oh, probably, but like for me, it feels
that's the Silver Age.
Probably the Silver Age, but the Silver Age of animation, of superhero animation.
And there's now a new age.
There is a new age coming.
That started with having Invincible and X-Men '97 and My Adventures with Superman.
And it's awesome to see, and the reason I like comics and I prefer them a little bit over manga is I grew up with these characters. Like, I'm seeing, and in some cases the characters are growing with me. Like Spider-Man, that's a great like example. Being a teenager, seeing the same struggles he had, even though he's like everlasting teenager, kind of like Peter Pan.
Now he's
old,
and going through college, and you can read some of his college books.
Going through college, yeah, he changes with you, and that is just something that cannot be understated. And then characters like
most of DC's characters, you can aspire to hope and be like them, like the Flash or Superman or even like Nightwing. Is just like a thing that's amazing to see.
And hearing superheroes have the morals they have, where Superman, no matter what the cost, he will save everyone. And man,
which is shown in Space Age.
Yeah, it's really inspiring, and honestly, some of the morals that I know now were given to me through some of these animated shows.
Yeah,
where they show these characters who are good-hearted people saving other people. Yes, they might be fighting goofy villains like Condiment King, or like Claw King,
The
Wall,
Big Wheel.
Big Wheel, yeah. But there's also really good like moral conversations.
Or
like,
there's the most recent Daredevil episode, or not the most recent, but like the third episode.
Yeah.
With the court case, because it was the right thing to do. The court case,
yes. And also, one of my favorite ones, and I wish I would have read this more into it, is the Spider-Man Morlun, where... Morlun, yeah. Where he's fighting Morlun, and he wants to stop. Like, he'd been fighting this guy for so many days, but he knows he can't, because he is this hero.
And so many times.
And he's fought him, and he's saved people so many times from this guy, and he wants to stop. He wants to give up, but he can't.
Or the Green Goblin, or...
Yes, where he fights these guys so often, and he knows that if he kills them, it'd be over with, but that isn't who he is. That isn't what he stands for as Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And that is so inspiring, and just shows us good morals. And yes, some animes can do that too, and they can affect it in that way, but growing up in that silver age of superhero animation, that is what I took away.
Yeah.
And also, growing up with Boomerang. I watched stuff on Boomerang, so I watched like the original Justice League cartoon, like and Jake. Wonder Twins, and just
Super Friends?
Amazing.
Justice League? Super Friends?
No, Super Friends. Oh, yeah, it was Super Friends. Super Friends was phenomenal, and I will never forget. I will never forget the sound of Wonder Woman's jet. I won't ever forget, like, the powers, the emitting sounds of, like, powers, like the...
Yeah.
It's just so...
It's so cool. In your heart. Like, I'd sort of forgotten some of the stuff I had watched as a kid, like Young Justice or something. But I was like, you should watch Young Justice. I'm like, maybe not. I didn't remember. This is when we were still at our old classa.
I put you on big time on Young Justice.
I watched it before, but I didn't remember it. I'd sort of lost touch. But there's some things that you can't forget. And that theme, as soon as I heard that, I'm like, I remember this Young Justice. We're back. Yeah.
It's like a sleeper agent. It's like as soon as that theme plays, it's like, we're back. I'm gonna watch this show.
My Winter Soldier.
Your Winter Soldier words are the
Winter Soldier words.
You can just. But it is phenomenal.
Yeah.
That's probably why I prefer comics a little bit over manga. As I grow older, though, I will say there are some more mature themes in comics, but I more resonate, and not resonate, but I love the philosophy through like Vagabond and Berserk.
Yeah.
And like how these people take on such hard things morally.
Yeah.
And Vinland Saga too, where they take on these big moral quandaries that are pretty real, and how they conquer them, which is very interesting to me currently. But yeah, that's probably why I prefer comics.
Yeah.
Well, we're on to the next 6 questions. All right, the next question number 7,
from Ellen.
Elanries 3178. What is your favorite non-Big Four book?
Now, the Big Four that they were stating, so we're just going to call it Big Four. I don't think that Dark Horse is, like, the 4th biggest company, Floyd, but we'll go by the question, because it is still big. Is a book that's non-Marvel, DC, Image, or Dark Horse. So, with that, I have my book. And this is about as independent, basically, as you can get.
Mm-hmm.
It's from Mirage Studios, and if people know what this means, but technically from another company, if people know what this means, you know that this is the 18th biggest entertainment franchise in the world, evaluated at $18 billion. It was started of two friends in their living room making a joke to make each other laugh, and from there it's become cartoons, a big toy thing in the 80s, and still to this day is one of the most notable things ever. And if you don't know what I'm talking about by now, it's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is the first books by, what I was saying, of two friends in their living room trying to make each other laugh, with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Volume 1, which collects the first 7 issues and the Raphael one-shot. This is about as independent you can get. It was from, I believe, Laird's uncle. They got a $1,000 loan, and they made copies, and it got reprinted multiple times, and they became, famous with multiple movies. And to this day is still legendary.
All the movies, multiple TV shows, too.
Yes,
I grew up on the animated TV show on Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
And so did you? You ended up watching that?
Yeah, a bit.
But
not a ton.
Yeah. Turtles in a half shell, turtle power.
Teenage Mutant. And then there's the rap.
Yep, the rap is phenomenal.
Yeah. There's so many Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles raps. And then there's the Michael Bay movies, which I don't.
They were okay. Mutant Mayhem, though, was phenomenal.
That was really fun.
And they're going to come out with a second one soon, so.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that. I think that's where it deserves to be.
And now my non-Big Four is... Oh, man, I've been meaning to make a video about this for so long, but then I've always had to go back to college. So I haven't really gotten into it. It'll be coming out soon?
Within the next week or two.
Yeah. Alex introduced this to me, and I believe you got it for me as a gift.
Christmas, yeah.
For Christmas.
And I'd heard amazing things.
I read it over one of the breaks, and I fell in love with it.
I heard about this from one of my favorite comic book channels, which has stopped posting for about 3 years. I found them after they started stopped posting for 11 months. And that's the Ryan and Chad Comics channel. They had given me so many recommendations for books and stuff, so many enlightening reviews, and their Love of Daredevil is amazing. But one of the books they said was amazing was The Maid as the Layla Star by Romvi and Philippe Andre.
And this book is so good. It explores death and how people deal with death and the prospect of living forever. Man, it explores that more quandary of if you could be immortal, would you? And it is phenomenal. The artwork itself, just beautiful. Such vibrant colors. Man, it is just awesome to see. Exploring grief. It is probably one of my top 10 comics ever that I've read. Granted, it doesn't say much because I don't read too many comics, however, I am getting back into it more. But, man, it is... I can't overstate it enough, you have to buy this. It is...
Yeah. This is another book where it explores the medium, and it's sort of like that thing that's the first comic that made you take the medium seriously. This isn't the first one, but this is one of the ones that has made you take it the most serious.
Oh, 100%. If this might not be the first one that made me take it seriously, but this is definitely the second or third. This art in this book is so detailed and so vibrant and so fun. Every page, I was not only hanging on every word, but I was hanging on every picture. What were they going to draw next? What was going to happen next in the next panel? They had me at every page. And especially with the ending and stuff. Phenomenal. I can't even,
I think,
say anything more. It's such a solid book, and you should 100% buy it. It's $15 or less if you get it online, but
yeah.
It is
got this for 10
for
your Christmas.
Yeah, such a good book. Please get it. That's all I gotta say about it.
Now, question 8 from someone who has appeared on the channel before, and that is Blake, and he's asking first trade. I already went over mine. It's sort of similar to the first comic, and that's this guy here.
Well, you forgot number 8.
But we'll just do 9, and then we'll go back.
Okay,
to
okay.
But it's just this Flash one. It's amazing. Or, well, actually, I think it's the Nightwing. I think I might have gotten that first. I don't fully remember, because I was like 6 or 7, but it's one of those two is the Nightwing Volume 3. What's your first?
My first trade, and people don't like this event at all.
Oh, some people do. I'm not the biggest fan. I love the movie.
I'm a big proponent of this event, and I have every single comic for it. Give or take 1 or 2 trades that I'm missing.
Can I see the... I have one problem with the creator, and that's how his last name's spelt and how it's pronounced.
Yeah. This is Civil War, a Marvel Comics event.
Miller. It's spelled with it's A-R. It's Millar. Okay.
But by Miller, Civil War. This is the comic.
E-R. Okay.
Besides all of the Lego games that made me see a bunch of different characters, this was one of the first comics that I read,
Lego Marvel
and
Superheroes,
I saw. Yeah, Lego Marvel Superheroes. Shout out Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, Lego Marvel Superheroes 1. Lego Avengers was okay, but
Batman's peak though.
Yes. But Civil War really spoke to me in the sense that I was able to see a bunch of characters that I really hadn't seen before and weren't really represented in many other comics, like Goliath. Being able to see him, being able to see everyone come together over one event is awesome, because you see so many different sides of every single character, and that is illustrated in every single trade, because there's so many trades that from Miss Marvel to the Fantastic Four to the X-Men to Runaways to Black Panther to you name the character, they have it in this one. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
This event
great.
Literally affected every single superhero because of the Registration Act, and it is just...
Spider-Man has the best stuff in this.
Yes, he does.
Even if it led to not a great story.
Yeah, but... One more day. Get out of my head! But Civil War has a really... deep spot in my heart. I will always love Civil War. Even if people don't like it, it's still one of my favorite comic events. Yeah, because when we went to Universal, when it would have been when I was in 5th grade, maybe 6th grade.
Yeah.
I got to see people dressed up in these costumes, and
I
bought 3 trades from Universal. And one of them, or all 3, were the Civil War. I bought Captain America, I bought Iron Man, and I bought the Civil War regular one. And they were just great to read. And it probably started me further onto my journey for Marvel Comics than anything else really had before then. I got Infinity before I got Civil War, but that's less of a trade size, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
So, Civil War.
Now we have question 8. I think this is a quick answer.
Yeah.
Also from Blake.
Batman or Joker?
Batman.
Batman. Easy.
Joker, like we sort of stated, overrated. I like him as a villain, but there's so many Batman villains that are better, and Batman's a deep character. Even if I do...
There's also so many cool variations of Batman. If we're going to be
Batman who laughs.
Well, yeah, but I wasn't really thinking about that. Yeah, Red Death.
There's Absolute.
There's also so many good storylines written with Batman. Joker is... Yeah, does he have solo comics?
There's the Brian Azzarello.
There's
the Brian Azzarello one that a lot of people like, but not Jake.
Batman has so much more material and so much more character arc and development than Joker does.
Yeah.
Because Joker's main thing is just being really evil.
I'm gonna show him messing around with my lantern ring.
Oh yeah, the greed ring.
The guy,
he's dressed to the nines right now.
When I see he's in my fight suit.
Drippier than ice in a volcano right now. Okay, Mr. Dr. Evil.
Dr. Evil.
I should call him My mini-me.
$1 million. Okay, if you know Austin Powers, you understand. It's great. We'll talk about it on our new movie show.
Yeah,
eventually.
probably sometime. But Woo! Batman, easy answer. That's like. Next question. That's that's a wrap on that question.
Okay, favorite comic writer and artist.
Ooh. I will be guilty for this because I don't really know too many writers and artists. I just know the comics that I have. Honestly, my favorite writer is probably Hickman.
That's definitely fair. I really like Hickman.
I have been reading the Hickman Fantastic Four. It's phenomenal. Also, Hickman doing Infinity. It's so. His writing is so well thought out and well executed, and I just can't really say more about that. Who's the illustrator who did that one?
Philippe Andrade.
Yeah, Philippe Andrade. Andrade. Sorry, he'd probably be honestly probably my favorite illustrator, favorite artist.
I think I have my answer. I do really like Hickman. But I have the Hickman of DC.
Mm-hmm.
Probably, and that's it's the Hickman of DC, or I guess Hickman and Bendis are the Marvel equivalent to Jeff Johns. Jeff Johns and Brian Michael Bendis are my favorite creators. They're the works that I probably have the most of. I have 4 omnibus of Jeff Johns, and I have 4 of Brian Michael Bendis. Mm-hmm. About to be 5, but I love both of their works, and they're sort of similar, I guess, as writers, but there's so many deep, interesting things for Bendis, like his Daredevil and Ultimate Spider-Man, and my favorite artist, now I thought of a few, like Dustin Nguyen on his Robin and Batman with Jeff Lemire is amazing, I really enjoy that, but I think that Patrick Gleason is my favorite comic book artist. He's done so much stuff I love, like his Superman. I think he did some work on the Super Sons book, Batman and Robin. Yeah. Which I've done a review on the channel, and I praised his art. His work with Peter J. Tomasi is amazing. He's another one of my favorite writers. And yeah, I think that's my.
If I were to say one for DC, now I got to do some research because I don't know writers all that well. Oh, God. DC. I know he's also known for Marvel stuff, but Wade.
Talk to them.
Oh, sorry, Wade.
Mark Wade.
He's good. He's really good. He was phenomenal in Tower of Babel.
Yeah.
Such a good Justice League story. And as far as illustrators go, I don't really know too many ones for DC, but oh man. I'm trying to think of. Did Jim Lee? Did he do? Am I messing up names? Did Jim Lee do?
DC? Jim Lee did Hush.
Jim Lee. That's probably my favorite.
Jim Lee's amazing.
Jim Lee's probably my favorite.
He's done did 90s X-Men. He did Wildcats, which is
a
mixed bag in opinions. Yeah. I think that's all for this question. Next question. Yeah. This is only for you.
All right. My favorite manga. You can respond to. You might as well. You've read a couple. My favorite manga.
No, actually, I've only read like a few pages of Haikyuu. I haven't even read the first volume. I haven't read like any manga.
My favorite manga. Now it's hard currently. As I don't have any new One Piece volumes. I'm not really caught up with that manga wise. Although new One Piece episodes come out today and tomorrow, so I'm hyped for that. But it's a 3-way tie between Vagabond, Berserk, and Vinland Saga.
All in thick.
All in the big volumes. Well, not like the deluxe editions, because I already have all of Vagabond, and I'm not about to buy all of Vagabond again in the deluxe editions. Yeah, it just came out in deluxe editions, but I'm not gonna double dip that much.
You're not Jake.
It would be Vagabond. Vagabond takes the cake because Vagabond is phenomenal. It's the story of Miyamoto Musashi, who bested, man, it's either 20 or 60 something, maybe it's 30 something. It's either 20 or 30 men in one-on-one combat with a sword. He's known as one of the most legendary samurai. I believe author of the something 10 rings, 6 rings or something.
10 rings, Shang-Chi. Simu.
But he's an awesome historical character, and to make a manga so beautiful and so well written. And one thing that is crazy and not many people realize is manga creators, yes, they have art teams, but they're mainly drawing and writing the stuff themselves.
Everything.
They're doing, granted there isn't color, but that does not downplay the amount of skill it takes to create something like Vagabond with such like vivid art. Like all of this art is pretty realistic compared to like something like My Hero Academia or like Naruto. But Vagabond is real. And it's real characters going through real struggles, and it's realistic.
Yeah.
And that's what I really love, because it's something, even if you're not a legendary swordsman or getting to that point, you can still relate on the small day-to-day things that they go through.
You're not any swordsman.
That is true. I'm not any swordsman. I was not trying to imply that I'm a swordsman. However, I do have 3 of Zoro's swords in my closet that are bamboo wood, not steel.
Get the sword.
That is way too far of a trek for me to do in this video while we are recording.
Trek.
I said trek.
Trek. Get out.
Trek.
Get out.
But Vagabond
You don't take that
is currently hands down my favorite manga. What about you? You read a few.
I haven't read like anything like fully of like one volume.
Shout out what you've read.
I'll shout out what I have. I have some One Piece. I have Haikyuu Blue Lock, the anime. I love. That's one thing that I really enjoy the manga of when I read it. I think on to the next question
Sounds good.
From Jake. From Jake from the Rave and the Boys, who sort of mentioned a bit. He recommended this mic and arm, so new setup.
Shout out Jake again.
He was on our podcast and likes Boomerang like you. You connected sort of over that podcast. It was so fun. Might have him on again eventually. And the question is, what book did you like the second time that you didn't like the first? Do you want to go? I have 2.
I can go first. This is one of Gambit's only solo runs. It'd be Gambit Thieves World. Now, I am a Gambit glazer. I love Gambit a lot, and he's such a cool character that doesn't get too. Of course, I'm gonna admit it. I'm gonna admit I'm a Gambit glazer. Sue me.
You still haven't watched X-Men 97 episode 5, bro.
Okay, yeah, I haven't watched X-Men
fraud,
97.
Spider-Man.
I need to get into it. I need to watch it. But that is besides the point. Gambit Thieves World, I didn't really like when I first read it.
Gives his origin.
I'm gonna be honest.
Partially.
No, it does not. It's more him present day, but it's him like shows him throughout the community and helping some things. But it's a really nice, like, kind of grounds roots Gambit story.
I've been waiting for
You know how long I've been waiting for this?
Do you know how long I've been waiting for this? I'm about to make a name for myself. Yeah.
Which Channing Tatum is confirmed for Doomsday. We're gonna get more Channing Tatum Gambit.
And
that's what I'm saying.
And James Marsden Cyclops.
And James Marsden Cyclops.
And Alan Cummings.
Alan Cummings, Nightcrawler.
Who's amazing. We'll talk about him in the X-Men video that I'm working on.
Is it Jessica Romaine? Mystique?
I think.
Yes.
Rebecca Romaine.
Rebecca Romaine, that's who I'm saying, not Jessica.
And then Ian McKellen and Sir Patrick Stewart.
Yes, as Magneto and Charles Xavier. We are eating good in Doomsday.
And even in Secret Wars, we're going to eat better with, like, Hugh Jackman and probably Tim McGuire and Drew.
But reading Gambit Thieves World the second time, I really got to know the character a little bit more. I read it first, and I didn't really appreciate comics as much as I did at that point. But going back and reading Gambit Thieves World made me gain an appreciation that I didn't already have.
I need to grab mine too. I have two answers. I need to say both. One of them is Batman Year One. I read this like a while ago, and then like a year ago I went back and I just enjoyed it. Self-explanatory. It's a really good book by Frank Miller. I don't think I need to say much more. It's just really good. Now reading it second time and learning about it more. Now this next one's very interesting. It took me a while to sort of understand. I read this, didn't like it, and then like a year and a half later I read it, and I've now met the creator, who's so awesome and cool. And that's Nightwing, Better Than Batman. This book I've learned to really like. I'm going to get the Omni when it comes out. I've learned to really like with the stories of like Raptor and how it's set after Grayson, which I've read a small amount. So, getting aside, I mentioned this in the Comic-Con video that's not out yet. But that's
got an
just
illustration.
Illustration from Tim Seeley. We went back even. I got another book from one of the artists, the Robbins book. And he signed it again, gave me another sketch that was more like a Robin. It was really, really cool. An awesome guy to meet. He's one of my favorite creators I met. I only met 3, but all of them were amazing.
Yeah, they were all phenomenal to talk with. But yeah.
There we go.
Next question. What's the next one? All right, we have from Carter.
Carter from Carter the Nerd.
Yeah, from Carter the Nerd. We have most prized comic. Now, mine, I glaze Gambit, and my main Marvel favorite character
This is your
ever.
biggest glaze.
Yes.
I
will love this character till the day I die, and I need to get the 2024 run
You
of this
haven't read
character
it,
so I can
Zach.
say that yes, I have.
Hey, did you read all of it?
I read it online.
Okay.
I love this character till the day I die. Dan Slott, phenomenal. Ryan Stegman and Edgar Delgado. This is Superior Spider-Man #1. Oh, dude. It's a hard tie between Superior Spider-Man #1 and I also have both the 2015 and 2019 runs of Superior Spider-Man. I'm now only missing the 2024 run, maybe 2023, 2024 Superior Spider-Man run of 8 issues that I need to probably get. It's around $50 on eBay. I think I'm going to get that. But then I can say I own every single Superior Spider-Man named comic besides the team-ups. I just love Superior Spider-Man. What can I say? Superior Spider-Man is such an awesome character. It's kind of a hard tie between Superior Spider-Man and Absolute Superman signed by Jason Aaron, which is phenomenal, which my brother will talk about here in a second.
I have 2. This meant so much. I met Jason Aaron for the first time on November 6th. At least this at the aforementioned Elite Comics, because he goes there and that's his shop. And people are cool there, and I got those signed. I met him at Comic-Con again, and I got my Ninja Turtles first issue signed. But that's one of them, and the other one, I need to pay a good amount on eBay to get the entire first 6 issues. That's Ultimate Spider-Man issue 1 by Jonathan Hickman, with art by Marco Cacchetto, whose Daredevil is amazing. I love that Daredevil run. But this meant so much since I love these new universes, the Ultimate. And this is probably my favorite ongoing comic. The stuff that they're doing with J. Jonah Jameson and Richard.
Yep.
Parker. Are amazing. I can't say another one because it's a spoiler, and spoilers are bad. Like Zach said every time I minorly spoil Young Justice.
Yeah, because you do it all the time.
I also, it's not ever been in a released video.
Doesn't matter. You thought about it. You thought about doing it. Doesn't matter.
Woo! I'm playing with my ring. If people aren't still playing with my ring,
All right. Next question. See what we got next, Alex.
This is also from Carter, and that is favorite superhero video game.
Oof, that's tough. You go first.
It is my answer. Now, it's in between 3. Man.
Dude, you gotta stop farting. It's embarrassing.
We had lunch before this, man.
Keep talking. Just keep talking. Power
Go
through.
ahead.
Power through.
Cool. Yeah, but,
Why are you sitting up so straight now?
Oh,
You, like, raise your shoulders all the way up. You're sitting up, like, really straight.
Trying to look taller than you.
That buddy had to have a bathroom break. Alright, next question.
Sonic feels a lot better. Favorite superhero game before we interrupted? Another question from Carter. It's in between 3 for me. Lego Batman, Marvel Rivals, and Spider-Man, the first PS4.
Mm-hmm. Those are all solid.
And I think that the number one answer is the original Spider-Man game. I've played through it twice already, and again, if we hit that goal, I'll play it again. So, I think I'll just say what the goal is. If we hit 500 subscribers, it'll happen.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's the...
Alright. Put that down.
Okay.
Use that for the mic. You don't need to play with that.
Okay.
Or is that one of your wristbands?
It's not a wristband, it's a thing for the water bottle.
Oh, why is that on your bed? Shout out Tequila water bottles, the metal ones,
We use them
I guess.
a lot. We use them a lot.
Anyway,
Yeah, but that's my favorite game. I also love Marvel Rivals. I'm excited for Emma Frost being in the game.
Yep.
I knew it
That's
was
gonna be
gonna happen.
awesome seeing that happen.
Hopefully Cyclops and Jean Grey next
Yeah,
season.
not too far behind. My favorite video game.
For superhero video games.
Superhero video game would be
Lego Marvel Superheroes.
probably between 3: Lego Marvel Superheroes, Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man game, and probably Marvel Rivals. Honestly, I'm gonna give my favorite game to Lego Marvel Superheroes.
That's definitely fair.
Because it's what I grew up on, so it's what I know. And Lego Marvel Superheroes is such a great game. Like, I replayed it a couple months back, and it was still really, really fun. And I really liked when there wasn't any voice, or much voice acting. Any at all voice acting in the Lego games. I think it was pretty cool. It's definitely not, like, a bad thing that they have it now. But it was funny, because there was, like, some, like, jokes and humor you could do without...
Like in Lego Star Wars?
Yeah, like Charlie Brown's parents. Like, there was just, like, in, like, little movements with the mouths, just like, and that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Lego Marvel Superheroes is my top.
Now, on to... This is also from Carter, I believe. He has a good amount of questions. Favorite superhero TV show? We'll do animated and live action. Live action, right. I think we can both agree.
Go ahead, say yours.
Should we just say ours at the same time?
Wait. Yep.
1, 2, 3. Daredevil.
First Class. Movie?
TV show.
Oh! Oh, I'm stupid.
Okay, let's say it again.
I'm stupid.
3, 2...
Wait. Live action first?
Live action.
3. No, I gotta think. You can't just sprout this on me.
You're dumb. I'm gonna say TV show, I mean TV show.
I was thinking movie for some reason. Alright, let's go again.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Daredevil. Yeah, we both agree.
Daredevil is such a phenomenal superhero TV show.
There's a close runner-up for me and that Superman and Lois.
Yeah, I mean, very, very good. Oh, hand me my phone, dude. Give me my phone. It's been charging over there the entire time recording.
Yeah.
But, phenomenal story of Daredevil. Well written. The acting wasn't really great in the first couple seasons, but it was. But it got a lot better.
It got better over time. Yes.
Yeah, 100%. And Charlie Cox's Daredevil is very believable and awesome. Born Again is good, but it's not matching Daredevil.
Like in my video, I'm disappointed. I've started to like it more as seasons gone on, but it's not as good as the original. No. But I can accept that it's better than most Marvel shows.
Yeah, Daredevil is just it was the best Marvel Netflix show by far.
Yeah.
Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, and Luke Cage just couldn't top
Defenders.
it. And Defenders. But Daredevil was a part of Defenders, so it doesn't really count. I kind of liked Iron Fist a little bit, but it got rough towards the end of the season.
He wants another chance, the actor. He's like,
honestly,
give me another chance,
give him another
please.
chance. Give him another chance. I'm fine with that. Give us Danny Rand Iron Fist, please, and do it right. But yeah, Daredevil, best.
Now for
superhero TV
animated.
show.
I'm in between
Animated.
two, but
I know mine.
no, I feel like I know.
I love this show.
Okay, so let's say it. 3, 2, 1.
Young
Spectacular
Justice.
Spider-Man. I knew you were gonna say that.
Young Justice, dude, it is everything a show should be. Good writing, good plot twists, great characters, good voice acting, great animation. Dude, phenomenal. I love this show. I love that show.
I love Jesse McCartney's note.
And it's so good. It's so good. And Wally West in that show is just so good. And that's what made me like DC.
We have two Joshua Wiseman, or not Joshua. That's another guy. Greg Wiseman.
Yeah,
not
Joshua Wiseman's the cooking
He have
guy.
his cookbooks.
Do have his cookbook though. We made his buffalo sauce, right?
No, that was Nick.
Oh, that was
Giovanni.
Nick Giovanni. My
You
bad.
like that
Another. It is good buffalo sauce. I'll tell you what.
Good stuff.
I tell you what.
What?
What?
What is happening?
Young Justice is phenomenal. On to yours.
Yeah, another Greg Wiseman thing. Spectacular Spider-Man,
Yep.
which is just so good. Everyone agrees. Everyone wants it back. I agree. Josh Keaton is my favorite Spider-Man. This spoils our top 5 Spider-Man video, but he is my number 1. Yeah, that's all I got to say.
I can agree. Spectacular Spider-Man is awesome, and I watched it when I was a kid as well. Great theme too. Like
spectacular Spider-Man. Both intros
that was definitely not harmonically correct, but hey, we were close. Melodically correct. Okay, we can stop.
We're
now.
both in choir. This is why we do this stuff. Okay.
All right. The next one.
Question is still from card number 16.
What are your favorite hobbies outside of comics? You want? I'll go first. Outside of comics, I don't really do too much anymore, but I really liked playing soccer, and I kind of do it as a hobby, occasionally with some of my buddies in college. Besides that, I really like playing video games. So right now, I'm on a big Terraria kick, as of late, because a bunch of my friends started playing it, and I wanted to get back into it. Also, probably.
What's the one game? Casting Shadows.
Yes. I've fallen in love with board games, so I'll have my friends over to my house occasionally, and we'll play a board game called Casting Shadows. It's by Unstable Games. It's the same people who made Exploding Kittens. Something Unicorns. Stop playing with stuff.
Okay.
But phenomenal game company. Casting Shadows is a great board game if you ever thought about it. I thought about getting it 4, 6 to 8 players, depending on how many DLCs you buy. I own all the DLCs and the base game.
As a group, you own it, right?
Oh, well, I bought both the DLCs myself.
Oh.
And then people pitched in money to get the Kickstarter version, but I pretty much just bought it myself, give or take $40 off.
Yeah, nice.
But great game, very fun board game.
And also, you play some D&D like Deborah Anwell.
I play a little bit of D&D occasionally. Trying to get that started up again with some of my buddies, but it's hard to coordinate with some people.
Yeah. I think mine are sort of I play basketball. Hobby of mine is sort of tied with sort of comics and stuff, and that's watching movies. I love watching movies, and that's why the movie shows.
I can add on to that. I really do like watching movies as well.
Love film, especially now. I dive more into it, and again in that movie show, we're gonna break down some movies that we love. And the 3 movies that we've had set are A Real Pain, Whiplash, and The Social Network.
Yeah, Social Network is also very
good. For this month.
They're all solid movies. I love those movies. All right, next question.
Now, the next question. This is one of my questions that I thought up. I did 2 questions. What is your favorite movie?
Ooh. Currently, my favorite movie, and I can pick top 3 right now.
Just say top 3.
one of my buddies, she introduced me to Secret Life of Walter Mitty. Great film.
That your favorite movie?
It's one of my top 3 currently. Secret Life of Walter Mitty is a great movie. You didn't like it.
I thought it was fine.
You're not old enough to get it. But essentially it's about
Ben Stiller.
But it's about a reporter for Life magazine who develops photos, and he's a daydreamer. And he daydreams heavily and like thinks about random things that could happen. Like he saves a cat from a burning building, and they like pictures it in his mind, and the movie does that. Or he gets in a fight with his boss, like a really epic action scene happens, and it does that.
Who's the boss?
I don't know the name of the actor.
But it's like that actor.
Yeah.
He's from the Parks and Rec and not Succession. What's it called? Severance.
Severance, yeah. But phenomenal movie overall. I really recommend it. Next would be Dead Poet Society. Dead Poet Society is a phenomenal, kind of maybe not coming of age entirely movie. But it's definitely important for everyone to watch in their lifetime. It talks about the arts and how important the arts are, and how you should live your life your way. Carpe diem, seize the day. A phenomenal Robin Williams movie. Then Whiplash is my next favorite. That is great movie. Miles Teller, J.K. Simmons. A music teacher that pushes a student a little too hard, and the after effects of that. Music director.
Band director.
Yeah, band director for a prestigious school in New York.
Okay, now I guess I'll sort of do. Well, my number 1 is also Whiplash. It's just excellence, pure, and we'll talk about it on the movie show.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just truly amazing. Another one of my favorites is The Social Network, which we'll again be talking about. It sort of shows just a great story. And yeah, it's not a ton to say. But those are my favorite for now, because don't want to say stuff that I'll say in the movie show.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then there's number 18, the final question that I put, and that is, what is the worst part about being a YouTuber or podcaster, sort of as a thing that you do?
For me, the worst part's finding time. I don't have much free time in college, so trying to find... Well, okay, that's a lie. I have free time, but I allocate it a lot differently than I would normally.
Yeah.
I don't read as many comics, which I need to get into again, because I have a bunch of paperbacks that I brought with me, and or hardbacks. Trades, mostly. But
books?
Yes, I have a lot of books that I brought with me. But I need to become more knowledgeable in the comic space, because my brother, he has me by like years of knowledge. Even though I am years older than him.
Yeah, we have a...
but yeah, it's hard trying to find time to do it, that I can be motivated to do it and motivated to read. But I know once I get into it, I will finish the entire book, or at least pretty close to the entire book.
Yeah.
That's probably the biggest problem. Also, not being able to record stuff there because I don't have a high enough quality mic.
Well, and just your room it.
Yeah, but I'll have my own room next year, so I'll be able to record a lot more stuff, and I'll make a setup for myself in there. But
this is where we have to mention the new setup that's going to be coming soon.
Yeah, so a new podcast setup will be set up in this house in our basement.
And it'll help in the summer, because it gets really hot here in Kansas in the summer, to where under there it's
a lot cooler. Yeah, so we're going to move that to the basement, so we won't be dying of heat. Because my brother's room that we are in right now is over the garage. So
when it gets hot,
it gets hot, and when it gets cold, it gets cold. So we have a healthy medium.
Fans.
Yeah, we have a healthy.
Like 3 fans.
Yeah, we have a healthy medium of going downstairs when it's too hot and coming up here when it's too cold, and then just having some heaters. So
yeah,
it works. What about you? What's your hardest part?
I think it's partially not being able to watch some of the content I love, because I'm inspired heavily by other content creators that I love, and I just am not able to watch as much content, because if I'm going to make a video on like Invincible or something, I don't want to watch anything because it could be sort of like making some of the same points, and I want to be as authentic to me as possible, even if I still do love and and stuff, I like sort of stop and like can't do that. So I think that's the end of this.
That's probably wraps on the
This very
Q&A,
long around an hour.
If you made it this far, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Know that our watch time duration isn't like very high, but I feel like this is just as good as the Manga Comics video about.
Yeah.
Get to learn a lot.
It's a little longer, but get to learn a lot about us. Yeah. Other additional things that I can say that I'm into outside, adding to that question, would be I like reading poetry as of recently, and I've gotten deeper into poetry by like Robert Frost and newer poetry. I can't think of some of the authors I've read, but as well as philosophers, older philosophers, Marcus Aurelius, Franz Kafka, Albert Camus, and oh man, I'm forgetting his name. Just philosophy in general. That's another thing I'm really big into. But yeah, I personally think it's very interesting how our minds work. Yep. And that's why I love morality in comics, because it really speaks to me.
Yeah.
Oops, I hit the mic.
Hit the mic. I think that's
any other additional things?
Well, I don't know where you're watching this. Might be on Spotify at Central Comics Podcast. This is mainly being recorded for here on YouTube at The Comic Central. We would appreciate if you like, subscribe, and comment. It really helps us out to grow and get to that goal by the end of the year.
Rate us on Spotify too. That would be phenomenal if you could do that.
To get us higher in that.
We're trying to be multi-platform. If we can, that would be awesome. Yeah.
You can sort of find us and can ask questions in the comments about some books that you want to read or anything.
We love to respond to you, and by we I mean Alex, but
or video suggestions that you are.
Also, the Discord.
Yeah, the Discord now exists. We have a Discord server, which there will be a link in the description. If I fully remember, I should remember to do it, but there will be a link in the description that has my Discord, which has 12 members now, and it's a really fun community.
Yeah.
I do a lot of polls about stuff, like, who's your favorite Robin is the one I have now, so...
Who's your favorite Spider-Man voice actor? It was
just favorite Spider-Man.
Your favorite Spider-Man, sorry.
Before that.
Yeah. But, yeah.
So, about all, thanks to all of you for watching. We appreciate you to get to 350, and again, 500 will do a special. And that's, or well, not 350. It's 334.
But
right now.
that's pretty close, and that's crazy.
If we get 166 subscribers, people, 166, and I do the stream.
Yep.
In one day, I finish it in one day. There might be like 3 parts of it, but because I need to like eat, but
yeah,
it'll.
Thank you guys a lot for how far this channel has progressed. Again, I didn't think it would get this far, and the amount of people that are interested in comics in this community is phenomenal. I will have some more videos coming out when I get the time. It's very hard for me to do some videos on this channel due to my time constraints and being... I'm not too far away, but it's enough of a drive where it's cumbersome. But, yeah. Thank you guys for sticking along with us for the journey
of the channel. 7 months.
Yeah.
Or 6 exactly, I think.
Yeah. Thank you guys again. We really appreciate it. We love all y'all. Keep reading comics. Comics are a very important medium to keep alive, and with AI art and stuff coming out,
and to support creators
supporting creators, not pirating their works. Yeah. Just keep on reading comics, guys.
Thanks all for watching again.
Thank you.
And we will see you guys in the next video. But for now, He's Zach.
I'm Zach.
I'm Alex, and we are
the Comic Central.